Hi, my name is Bennett with Answers Not Excuses Fitness Training. Today is going to be the first inaugural episode of Trainer Tip Tuesday. So what that's going to mean going forward is every Tuesday I'm going to be posting a tip to help you with your fitness and health related goals. And today what we're going to do is actually go through 3 different mobility exercises everyone should be doing, you can do every day, and you actually don't need any equipment. So the first exercise we're going to do is actually called a thoracic extension stretch. There's several ways to do this. Today we're going to get you introduced to this and the proper positioning with your head. So what we're going to want to do with your chin is actually make a double chin while we're doing this. We're going to keep that tucked, and later on I'm going to say lift your chin up or lift your head up. I don't want you to do this. So we're going to stay in this neutral position right here with your chin tucked. So what we're going to do is we're going to put your hands on the wall here. I'm going to drive my chest to the ground. When I do that, I want to keep my chin tucked. Okay? I'm going to drive my head to the ceiling while I do this. This is going to allow more extension in my mid-back here, which is my thoracic spine, which is what we're trying to mobilize. So I'm going to keep my chin tucked. I'm driving my head to the ceiling, and I can hold this. We can also do reps. But initially, it's going to be a lot easier for somebody to feel that if they're just holding it so they can actually get the proper position and feel for it. Too often people are trying to move through that 4 reps initially and they just don't have it, and then they kind of end up doing this and not actually going after what we want. I feel nothing in my mid back there when I do that, which is exactly where you want to feel it, so just keep that in mind while you're doing that. So the next exercise we're actually going to do is be something called a crossover. What that's going to allow us to do is actually stretch your hamstrings and your glutes and your low back. We're going to be able to loosen that up with some rotation. So all you're going to need to do for this is you're actually going to lay on the ground. So what we're going to do for that is we're going to lay on the ground. We're going to end up lifting up one of your legs as high as we possibly can. We're going to swing it over and try to touch your hand. You might not do it, but you're going to pretend like you can, or at least take the flight path like you can. If keeping your legs straight means you can only come up here, that's fine. All we're going to do is go where you can. We're going to throw it over. When we do that, we don't want to lift up this opposite arm. So if I can only get here and this has to come up in order to do that, we're just going to go wherever we can get. So if that's here, that's fine. And then I'm just going to alternate. So let's say this side's way worse. I can't make it nearly as far, and it's right here. That's fine. We would just keep doing it consistently until it evened out. So I'll go through a few reps now and so you can see that, but typically I say at least do 20 of these, 10 aside. You could also go and just till you're comfortable or you feel like you loosen up more, but so you're bringing it up as high as you can, throwing over as far as you can, and then we're just setting it back down and alternating. Side view. So earlier we did that thoracic extension stretch. That's going to be for your mid-back, remember, and we're going to get extension out of it. So we're going to go backwards with your spine. Your thoracic spine also rotates though. There might be points in time where you can't rotate. So you can only do that one against the wall. But this one, you're going to actually be able to hit extension and rotation. So this one you're going to actually lay in your stomach for. So what we're going to end up doing is we're going to lay in your stomach here and do this one. I personally call this a thoracic hang glider. I have clients who name things a million different names, so if you remember it a different way, that's fine. But what we're going to do is we're going to lay in your stomach here. We're going to take one of your hands and I'm going to lift it up and over my body and look at it. When I do that, my feet are going to be on the ground, but they're going to rotate. So what's going to end up happening is I'm going to have my hands about 10 and 2. I'm going to lift up my hand and look at it. I'm going to come out here and pause for a second. Notice how my feet rotated. They stayed on the ground though. I don't want this to go further and lift up. So I'm going to keep this down and I'm going to come back. To enhance this stretch, you could hold weights. If you wanted to hold like a body bar or something not too heavy, you could do that as well. This is also one that I generally will say do about 10 a side. So those are 3 mobility exercises I do every single day for as long as I can remember. Even just demonstrating those there to you, my back adjusted a few times. Too often throughout the day, most of us are in flexion, looking at our phones, whatever else we're doing. We're constantly hunched over, even just driving. So from a posture standpoint, that's really going to help people. Mobilizing those joints and making those muscle imbalances kind of disappear. So I hope you enjoyed it, and that was the first inaugural episode of Trainer Tip Tuesday.